says that we are running an hour and a quarter, but we're actually running an hour and a half. The school group are staying for 20 minutes. They're from Germany. We're delighted to have you with us for that 20 minutes. And you will have seen that we've set the island of the Tempest in the context of climate change. And that's our vision of this island as we start the play. An island emerging from the depth of the waters, and we know, of course, that things are going to alter dramatically in relation to this in the future. So that's how we begin, and the performers are from Niagara University in the United States, and they come here to study a study abroad program for nearly 8 weeks, and they're here performing Shakespeare because one of their big studies is the performance of Shakespeare. So this is the end of their study period here, and this is their performance for you all, which we hope you enjoy. The other thing to mention is that the actors will introduce meditation practices as we conceive this production, and we invite any of you who would like to complete the meditation circle. You in the audience complete that circle, and if you would like to think about completing the meditation with us, you're very welcome also. May the show begin with a meditation bell.
For souls they perished. If I had been any god of power, I would have sunk the sea within the earth, or ere it should the good ship so have swallowed, and the frauding souls within
Be
it.
collected. No more amazement. Tell your piteous heart there is no harm done.
Oh, woe the day!
No harm. I have done nothing but in charge of thee. Of thee, my dear one. Thee, my daughter, who art ignorant of what thou art, not knowing of whence I am, nor that I am more better than Prospero, master of a full poor cell, and thy no greater father.
More to know did never meddle with my thoughts.
'Tis time I should inform thee further. Lend thy hand and pluck my magic garment from me. lie there my art. Oh, wipe thou thine eyes, have comfort. The direful spectacle of the wreck, which touched the very virtue of compassion in thee, I have, with such provision in mine art, so safely ordered, that there is no soul, no, not so much perdition as an hair, betid to any creature in the vessel, which thou heardst cry, which thou sawest sink. Sit down, for thou must now know further.
You have often begun to tell me of what I am, but stopped and left me to a bootless inquisition. Stay not yet.
The hour is now come. The very minute bids thee ope thine ear. Obey, and be attentive. Canst thou remember a time before we came unto this cell? I do not think thou canst, for then thou wast not out 3 years old.
Certainly, sir, I can. 'Tis rather like a dream than an assurance that my remembrance warrants. Had I not 4 or 5 women once that tended me?
Thou hadst, and more, Miranda. 12 years since, thy father was the Duke of Millen, and the Prince of Power.
Sir, are not you my father?
Oh, thy mother was a piece of virtue, and she said thou wast my daughter. And thy father was the Duke of Millen, and his only heir, the princess. No worse issue.
Oh, heavens, what foul play had we that we came from hence? Or blessed was we did?
Both. Both, my girl. By foul play, as thou sayest, we were heathens. But blessedly halt hither.
My heart bleeds to think of the teen that I have turned you to, which is from my remembrance. Please you farther.
My brother, my uncle, called Antonio, I pray thee, mark me, that a brother should be so perfidious. He, who next thyself of all the world I love, and to him put the manage of my state, as through all the seniorities it was the first, and Prospero the prime duke, being so reputed in dignity and for the liberal arts without a parallel. Those being all my study, the government I cast upon my brother, and to my state grew stranger, being transported and racked in secret studies. My false uncle, dost thou attend me?
Sir, most heedfully.
Being once perfected how to grant suits, how to deny them, who to advance and who to trash for o'ertopping, new created the creatures that were mine, I say. To change them, or else new form them, having both the key of officer and office, set all hearts of the state to a tune pleased his ear, and now he was the ivy which had hid my princely trunk and sucked my verdure out on it. Thou attendst not.
Good sir, I do.
I pray thee, mark me. I, thus neglecting worldly ends, all dedicated to the closeness and the bettering of my mind, in my brother awaked an evil nature, and my trust, like a good parent, did beget of him a falsehood in its contrary as great as my trust was, which had indeed no limit, a confidence sans bound. He being thus lured, made such a sinner of his memory to credit his own lie. He did believe he was indeed the Duke. Dost thou hear me?
Your tale, sir, what your deafness.
Me, poor man. My library is just large enough. Temporal royalties, he thinks me now incapable. Confederates, so dry he was for sway, with the King of Naples, to give him annual tribute, do him homage, subject his coronet to his crown, and bend the dukedom, yet unbowed, Alas, poor Millen, to most ignoble stooping,
The heavens.
mark his condition and the event, and then tell me if this might be a brother.
I should sin to think but nobly of my grandmother. Good wombs have borne bad sons.
Oh, now the condition. The king of Naples, being an enemy to me inveterate, hearkens my brother's suit, which was that he, in lieu of the premises of homage, and I know not how much tribute, should presently extirpate me and mine out of the dukedom, and confer fair Millen with all the honors on my brother. Whereon a treacherous army levy one midnight, fated to the purpose, did Antonio open the gates of Millen, and in the dead of darkness the ministers for the purpose hurried thence me and thy crying self.
Alas, for pity! I not remembering how I cried out then, will cry it o'er again. It is a hint that rings mine eye to it. Wherefore did they not that hour destroy us?
Dear, they there's not. So dear the love my people bore me. In few, they hurried us aboard a bark, bore us some leagues to the sea where they had prepared a rotten carcass of a butt, not rig, nor tackle, sail, nor mast, the very rats instinctively have quit it. There they hoist us, cry to the sea that roared to us, to sigh to the winds whose pity, sighing back again, did us but loving wrong.
Alas, what trouble was I then to you?
Oh, a cherubim thou wast, that did preserve me. Thou didst smile, infused with a fortitude from heaven.
How came we ashore?
By providence divine. Now, I arise. Sit still. Hear the last of our sea sorrow. Here, this island we are of, and here have I, a schoolmaster, made thee more profit than princes can, that have more time for vainer hours, and tutors not so careful.
Evans, thank you for it. And now I pray you, sir, for still 'tis beating in my mind your reason for raising this sea storm.
Oh, know thus, far forth, by accident, most strange, bountiful fortune, now, my dear lady, hath mine enemies brought to this shore. And I find my prescience doth depend upon the most auspicious star, whose influence if I court not, but omit, my fortunes will ever after droop. Here, cease, more questions. Thou art inclined to sleep. 'Tis a good dullness, and give it way. I know thou canst not choose. Come away, servant. Come. I am ready now. Approach, my Ariel. Come.
All hail, great master, brave sir, hail. I come to answer thy best pleasure, be it to swim, to fly, to dive into the fire, to ride on curled clouds. Thy strong bidding task, Ariel, and all his quality.
Hast thou a spirit performed to point the tempest that I bade thee?
To every article, I boarded the king's ship, that in the beak, in the waist, the deck, in every cabin I flamed amaze.
My brave spirit. But who was so firm, so constant, that this toil would not infect his reason?
Not a soul but felt the fire of the fever of the mad, and playing some tricks of desperation, all but mariners plunged into the foamy brine and quit the vessel. The king's son Ferdinand, then with hair upstaring, more like reeds than hair, he was the first to jump. He cried,
Hell is empty and all the devils are here! Why, that's my spirit. But was this nigh shore?
close by, my master.
But are they, Ariel, safe?
not a hair perished, not a blemish upon their garments, but fresher than before. And in troops I have dispersed them about the isle. The king's son I have left alone in an odd angle of the isle, sitting with his arms in a sad knot.
Ariel, thy charge exactly is performed. But there is more work. What is the time of the day?
Past the mid-season.
At least 2 glasses. The time twixt 6, and now must by us both be spent most preciously.
Is there more toil? Let me remember thee what thou hast promised but not yet performed.
How now? Moody, what is it thou canst demand?
My liberty.
Before the time be out, no more.
Let me remind thee, I have done thee worthy service, told thee no lies, made thee no mistakings without or grunge or grumbling. Thou promised to bait me a full year.
Dost thou, spirit, forget from what a torment I did free thee?
No.
Thou dost, and thinks it much to tread the ooze of the salt deep, to run upon the sharp winds of the north, to do me business in the veins of the earth, when it is baked with frost.
I do not, sir.
Thou liest! Malignant thing. Hast thou forgot the foul witch Sycorax, who, with age and envy, was grown into a hoop? Hast thou forgot her?
No, sir.
Thou hast. Where was she born? Speak, tell me.
Sir, in Algiers.
Oh, was she so? I must once in a month recount what thou hast been, which thou forgetst.
Aye, sir.
The blue-eyed hag was hither brought with child, and here was left by the sailors. Thou, my slave, as thou reportst thyself, was then her servant. And, as thou was a spirit too delicate to act her earthy and horrid commands, refusing her grand test, she did confine thee, by help of her more potent ministers, and in her most unmitigable rage, into a cloven pine, within which rift, imprisoned, didst thou painfully remain 12 years, within which space she died, and left thee there, where thou didst vent thy groans as fast as mill wheels strike. Then, with this island, save for the sun, she did litter here, a freckled whelp, hag-born, not honored with a human shape.
Yes, Caliban, her son.
Ah, dull thing, I say so. He, the Caliban, whom now I keep in service. Thou best knowest what torment I did find thee in. Thy groans did make wolves howl, and penetrate the breasts of ever-angry bears. It was a torment to lay upon the damned, which Sycorax could not again undo. It was mine arm, when I arrived and heard thee, that made gate the pine and let thee out.
I thank thee, master.
If thou more murmurest, I will rend an oak and peg thee in his nutty entrails until thou hast howled away 12 winters.
I will be correspondent to your command and do my spriting gently.
Do so. And after 2 days, I will discharge thee.
That's my noble master. What shall I do now? Say, what shall I do?
Go, make thyself like a nymph of the sea. Be subject to no sight but thine and mine, invisible to every eyeball else. Go take this shape and hither come in it. Go, hence, with diligence. Awake, dear heart, awake. Thou slept well. Awake.
The strangeness of your story put heaviness in me.
Shake it off. Come on. We'll visit Caliban, my slave, who never yields us kind answer.
A villain, sir, I do not love to look on.
Oh, but as 'tis, we cannot miss him. He does make our fires, fetching our wood, and serves in offices that profit us. What? Ho, slave! Caliban! Thou earth, thou speak.
There's wood enough within.
Come forth, I say. There's other business for thee. Come, thou tortoise. When? Fine apparition, my quaint earth. Hark in thine ear.
My lord, it shall be done.
begot by the devil himself, upon thy wicked dam come forth.
As wicked dew as ere my mother brushed, with raven's feather from unwholesome fen, drop on you both. A southwest blow on you, and blister you all o'er.
Oh, for this, be sure tonight thou shalt have cramps, sides, stitches, that shall pen thy breath up. Urchins shall forth that fast of night will work all exercise on thee. Thou shalt be pinched as thick as honeycomb, each pinch more stinging than bees that made of.
I must eat my dinner. This island's mine by cigarettes, which thou takest from me.
When thou camest first, thou made much of me and strokest me. Wouldst give me water with berries in it, and teach me how to name the light and how the less, that burned by day and night. And then I loved thee, and showed thee all the qualities of the isle, the fresh streams, barren pits, dry pits, and curses. Cursed be that I was.
Thou most lying slave, whom stripes may move, not kindness. I have used thee, filth as thou art, with humane care, enlarged thee in my own cell, till thou didst seek to violate the honor of my child.
Oh ho! Oh ho! Wouldn't have been done. Thou didst prevent me. I had people else this isle with Caliban.
Lord slave, any prince of goodness will not think thee incapable of all ill. I pitied thee, took pains to make thee speak. But thy vile race, so thou didst learn, had that in it which good natures could not abide to be with. Therefore wast thou deservedly confined into this rock, who hast deserved more than a prison.
You taught me language, and my profit on it is I know how to curse. A red plague rid you for learning me your language.
Hag, seek, hence, fetch us more fuel. Thou art best to answer other business. Shruggst thou malice?
No. Pray thee. These artists of such power would control my damn god Setibus and make a vassal of him.
Where should this music be? The air? Or the earth? It sounds no more. Sure it waits upon some god of the island. Sitting on a bank, weeping again the king my father's wreck. This music crept by me along the waters, allaying both their fury and my passions with its sweet airs. Thence I have followed it, or it hath drawn me rather. But it begins again.
For his bones are coral made. Those are pearls that were his eyes. Nothing of him that doth pain, but doth suffer a sea change into something rich and strange, rich and strange. Sea nymphs hourly ring his knell. Hark, I hear them now. Ding dong bell.
This ditty does remember my drowned father. This is no mortal business, nor no sound that the earth owes. I hear it now above me. The fringed curtains of thine eye advance and say what thou seest yon.
What is it, the spirit? Lord, how it looks about. Believe me, sir, it carries a brave form. Spirit.
No, wench. It eats, and sleeps, and hath such senses as we have, such. This gallant which thou seest was in the wreck, and though he is something stained with grief, that's beauty's canker. Thou mightst call him a goodly person. He hath lost his fellows and strays about to find them.
I might call him a thing divine, for nothing natural I ever saw so noble.
It goes on, I see as my soul prompts it. Spirit, fine spirit, I'll set thee free within 2 days for this.
Most sure the goddess on whom these airs attend, vouchsafe my prayers may know if you remain upon this island, and will some good instruction give how I may bear me here? My prime request, which I do last pronounce, is, oh, you wonder, if you be maid or no.
No wonder, sir, but certainly a maid.
My language, heavens, I am the best of them that speak this speech. Were I but where 'tis spoken.
How? The best? What wert thou, King of Naples, heard thee?
A single thing as I am now, that wonders to hear thee speak of Naples. He does hear, and that he does, I weep. Myself and Naples, who with mine eyes never since at ebb beheld the king my father wrecked.
Alack for mercy.
Yes, faith, and all his lords, the Duke of Milan and his brave son being twain.
The Duke of Milan, and his more braver daughter could control thee if thou wert fit to do it. At the first sight they have changed eyes. Delicate Ariel, I'll set thee free for this. A word, good sir. I fear you have done yourself some wrong. A word.
Why speaks my father so ungently? This is the third man that e'er I saw, the first that e'er I sighed for. Pity move my father to be inclined my way.
Oh, if a virgin and your affections not gone forth, I'll make you the queen of Naples.
Soft, sir! One word more. They are both in either's powers, but this swift business I must uneasy make, lest too light winning make the prize light. One word more. I charge thee that thou attend me. Thou dost here usurp the name thou owest not, and hast put thyself upon this island as a spy, to win it from me, the Lord on it.
No, as I am a man.
There's nothing ill to dwell in such a temple. If the ill spirit is so fair a house, good things will strive to dwell with it.
Follow me. Speak not you for him. He is a traitor. Come, I'll manacle thy neck and feet together. Sea water shalt thou drink, and thy food shall be the fresh brook mussels, withered roots and acorns wherein the cradle follow.
No, I will resist such entertainment till mine enemy has more power.
Dear father, make not too rash a trial of him, for he is gentle, not fearful.
What, I say, my foot, my tutor, come from thy ward, for I can here disarm thee with this stick and make thy weapon drop.
Beseech you, father!
Hence, hence, hang not on my garments.
Sir, have pity, I'll be his surety.
Silence! One word more shall make me chide thee, if not hate thee. What, an advocate for an impostor? Hush. Thou thinkst there is no more such shapes as he, having seen but him and Caliban. Foolish. To the most of men, this is a Caliban, and they to him are angels.
My affections are then most humble. I have no ambition to see a goodlier man.
Come on, obey. Thy nerves are in their infancy again and have no vigor in them.
So they are. My spirits, as in a dream, are all bound up. My father's loss, the weakness which I feel, the wreck of all my friends, nor this man's threats to whom I am subdued, are but light to me. Might I but through my prison once a day behold this maid.
It works. Come on. Talk with us, thou shalt do me. Follow me.
Be of comfort. My father is of better nature than who appears by speech. This is unwonted which came from him now.
Thou shalt be as free as mountain winds, but then exactly do all points of my command to the syllable. Come, follow. Speak not you for him.
Sir, we were just talking that our garments now seem as fresh as they were when we were in Tunis at the marriage of your daughter, who is now queen.
You cram these words into mine ears against the stomach of my sense. Would I had never married my daughter there, for coming thence, my son is lost. And in my rate, she too, who is so far from Italy removed that I never shall see her again. Oh, mine heir that is of Naples and of Milan, what strange fish has made his meal upon thee?
Sir, he may live.
No. No. He is gone.
Sir, you may thank yourself for this great loss that would not bless our Europe with your fair daughter, but rather loose her to an African who hath cause to at the grief on.
Oh, prithee, peace.
We have lost your son. I fear forever. Milan and Naples have more widows in them of this business making than we bring men to comfort them. The fault's your own.
So is the dearest of the lost.
Go. Sleep and hear us.
What? All so soon asleep? I wish mine eyes would, with themselves, shut up my thoughts. Ooh, for I feel they are inclined to do so.
These you say. Do not omit the heady offer on it. It seldom visits sorrow. When it doth, it is a comforter.
We too shall guard your person while you take your rest, and watch your safety.
Thank you. Wondrous heavy.
What a strange drowsiness possesses them?
The occasion speaks to thee, and my strong imagination sees a crown dropping upon thy head.
What? Art thou waking?
Do you not hear me speak?
I do, and surely it is a sleepy language, and thou speakst out of thy sleep. What is it thou didst say? This is a strange repose to be asleep, with eyes wide open, standing, speaking, moving, and yet so fast asleep.
I am more serious than my custom, and you should be so too, if heed me. To do so troubles the oar.
Prithee, say on. The setting of thine eye and cheek proclaim a matter from thee, and a birth indeed, which throws thee much to yield.
True, sir. If this lord of weak remembrance, for he'll be of little memory when he is earthed, hath almost persuaded, for he is a spirit of persuasion only professes to persuade, the king, his son, is alive. 'Tis as impossible that he's undrowned that he sleeps where he swims.
I have no hope that he's undrowned.
Out of that no hope, what great hope have you? Wilt thou grant me that Ferdinand is drowned?
He's gone.
Then tell me, who is the next heir of Naples?
Clarabelle?
She that is queen of Tunis. She that dwells 10 leagues beyond man's life. What a sleep this were for your advancement. Do you understand me?
Methinks I do.
And how does your content tender your own good fortune?
I remember you did supplant your brother Prospero.
True. And look how well my garments sit on me, much feature than before. My brother's servants, they were my fellows. Now they are my men.
But for your conscience?
Aye. Where lies that? Here lies your brother, no better than the earth he lies upon. If he were that he's like now, that's dead. With this obedient steel, 3 inches of it, I could lay to bed forever.
Thy case, dear friend, shall be my precedent. As thou gotst Milan, I'll come by Naples. Draw thy sword. One stroke shall free thee from the tribute which thou payest, and I, the king, shall love thee.
Draw together.
Oh! Awake! Why are you drawn? Wherefore this ghastly looking? Whilst we stood here securing your repose, even now we heard a hollow burst of bellowing, like bulls, or rather lions. Did not wake you? It struck mine ear most terribly. I heard nothing.
Oh, it was a din to fright us monsters here. To cause an earthquake. Sure, it was the roar of a whole herd of lions.
Lead off this ground, and let us make further search for my poor son, Ferdinand. Oh, heavens, keep him from these beasts, for he is sure in the island.
All the infections of the sun sucks up from bogs, fens, flats, on prosper fallen, making by inchmeal a disease. The spirits hear me, and yet I needs must curse. Sometime am I all wound with adders, who do with their cloven tongues do hiss me into madness. Lo now, lo. Here comes a spirit of his, and to torment me for bringing my wood in slowly. I'll fall flat. Perchance he will not mind me.
Here's neither bush nor shrub to bear off any weather at all. And another storm coming. I hear it singing in the wind. Young say black cloud, young huge one. Huh. Looks like a foul bomber that would shed its liquor. If it should thunder as it did before, I know not where to hide my head. Oh, y'all say black cloud cannot choose but fall by pailfuls. Ho-ho! What have we here? A man or a fish? Dead? Oh! Or alive? A fish! Smells like a fish. Ooh, a very ancient fish-like smell, a kind of... not of the newest Port John. Oh. Oh, a strange fish. Were I in England now, as I once was, and had this fish here but painted, not a holiday fool there, but would give a piece of silver. Whoa! Warm! Oh, my troth! I could not let loose my opinion, hold it no longer. This is no fish, but an islander that had lately suffered by a thunderbolt. Alas, the storm has come again. Oh. No. Best way is to creep under this gabardine. There's no shelter hereabouts. Misery acquaints a man with such strange bedfellows. I will shroud until the dreads of the storm be past. I am no more to see, here shall I die ashore. This is a very scurvy tune to sing at a man's funeral. Well, here's my comfort. The master, the swabber, the boatswain and I, the gunner and his mates, loved Ma, Meg, Mary, and Marjorie, but none of us cared for Kate.
own too. But here's my comfort.
Do not torment me. Oh,
What's the matter? Have we devils here? Do you put tricks upon us with savages and men of Int? Ha! I did not escape drowning to be afeard of your 4 legs. For it hath been said, as proper a man as ever went on, 4 legs cannot make him give ground, and it shall be said again while Stefano breathes at nostrils.
the spirit torments me. Oh,
This is some monster of the isle with 4 legs. Who hath got, as I take it, an ague. Where the devil should he learn our language? I will give him some relief, if it be but for that. If I can recover him, and keep him tame, and get to Naples with him, he's a present for any emperor that ever trod on meat's leather.
do not torment me, prithee. I'll bring my wood home faster.
He's in his fit now, and does not talk after the wisest. Here's no taste of my bottle. If I can recover him, and keep him tame, I will not take much for him. I will pay for him, and that hath him, and that soundly.
Thou dost me yet but little hurt, thou wilt anon. I know it by thy trembling. Now prosper works upon thee.
Come on your ways, open your mouth. Here is that which will give language to you, cat. Open your mouth. This will shake your shaking, I can tell you, and that soundly. You can never tell who's your friend. Open your chaps again.
I should know that voice. It should be. But he is drowned. And some devils. Oh, defend me!
4 legs and 2 voices. A most delicate monster. His forward voice does well to speak of his friend, while his backward voice is meant to utter foul speeches and to detract. Come, amen. I'll pour some in thy other mouth.
Stefano?
Does thy other mouth call me?
Oh,
Mercy, mercy, this is a devil and no monster. I will leave him. I have no long speech.
oh, Stefano! If thou be a Stefano, touch me, speak to me, for I am Trinculo. Be not afeard, thy good friend Trinculo.
If thou beest Trinculo, come forth. I'll pull thee by the lesser legs. If any legs be Trinculos, these be they. Thou art very Trinculo indeed! How didst thou come to the siege of this moon calf? Can he vent Trinculos?
I took him to be killed with a thunderstroke. Oh, I'm not drowned, Stefano. Oh, I hope I don't drown. I hid under the dead moon calf's gabardine for fear of the storm. Oh, but thou living, Stefano. Oh, Stefano, do Neapolitan! Yay!
Prithee, do not turn me about. My stomach is not constant.
These be fine things, and if they be not sprite, that's a brave god that bears celestial liquor. I will kneel to him.
How didst thou escape? How camest thou hither? Swear by this bottle how thou camest hither.
I'll swear by that bottle to be thy true subject, for the liquor is not earthly.
Come then, swear to that. Kiss the book, I'll furnish it anon with new contents. Swear.
Oh, by this light, it is a very shallow monster. Are you feared of him? A very weak monster. A most poor, credulous monster. Oh, well-thrown monster in good soup.
I'll show thee every fertile inch of the island. I will kiss thy foot. Prithee, be my god.
This light is a poor and drunken monster. Oh, a very weak monster.
tyrant that I serve. I'll bear him no more sticks, but follow thee, thou wondrous man.
Oh, ridiculous monster! To make a wonder out of a drunkard!
I prithee, let me bring thee where crabs grow, and I with my long nails will dig thee pig nuts, show thee a jay's nest, and instruct thee how to snare the nimble marmoset. And I'll bring thee to clustering filberts, and sometimes I'll get thee young scammels cooked around. Wilt thou go with me?
I prithee, lead the way with no more talking. Trinculo. The king and all our company else be drowned. We will inherit here. Here! Bear my bottle.
Farewell, master, farewell, farewell.
Oh, this is a howling monster. Oh, a drunken monster.
No more tams I'll make for fish, nor fetch and firing at requiring, nor scrape treachery, nor wash dish. Ban Caliban has a new master. Get a new man. Freedom, high day, freedom. Freedom, high day, freedom.
Oh, brave monster, lead the way.
Some sports are painful, and their labors, delight in them sets off. Some kinds of baseness are nobly undergone, and most poor matters point to rich ends. This, my mean task, would be as heavy to me as odious. But the mistress which I serve quickens what's dead and makes my labors pleasures. Oh, she is 10 times more gentle than her father's crabbed, and he's composed of harshness. Why, I must remove some thousands of these logs and pile them up upon a sore injunction. My mistress weeps when she sees me work, and says such baseness had never like executor. I forget that these sweet thoughts do even refresh my labors most busiliest when I do it.
Alas now, pray you, work not so hard. I would the lightning had burnt up those logs that you are enjoying to pile. Hey, sit it down, rest yourself. My father's hard at study. I rest you. Be safe for these 3 hours.
My mistress dearest, the sun will set before I shall discharge what I must strive to do.
You'll sit down. I'll bear your logs the while. Pray give me that. I'll carry it to the pile.
Most precious creature, I would rather break my sinews, crack my back, than you should such dishonor undergo while I sit lazy by.
It would become me as well as it does you, and I should do it with much more ease, for my goodwill is to it, and yours it is against.
Poor worm. Thou art infected. This visitation shows it.
You look wearily.
No, noble mistress. 'Tis fresh morning with me when you are by at night. I beseech you, chiefly that I may set it down in my prayers. What is your name?
Miranda. Oh, my father, I broke your hest to say so.
Admired Miranda. Indeed, the top of admiration, worth what's dearest to the world. Full many a lady I have eyed with best regard, and many a time the harmony of their tongues hath into bondage brought my too diligent ear. For several virtues have I liked several women, never any with so full soul of some defect in her did quarrel with the noblest grace she owed and put it to the foil. But you, oh you, so perfect and so peerless, a creature created of every creature's best.
I do not know one of my sex. No woman's face remember, save from my glass mine own. Nor have I seen more that I may call men than you, good friend, and my dear father. Features are abroad I'm skilless of, but my modesty, Doulton my dower. I would not wish any companion in the world but you, nor can imagination form shapes such as yourself to like on. But I prattle something too wildly, and my father's precepts I therein do forget.
I am in my condition a prince, Miranda. I do think a king. I would not so, and would no more bear this wooden slavery than suffer the flesh fly blow my mouth. Hear my soul speak. The very instant I saw you did my heart fly to your service. There resides to make me slave to it, and for your sake am I this patient logman.
Do you love me?
Oh heaven, oh earth, bear witness to this sound, and crown what I profess with kind event if I speak true. If hollowly invert what best is boded me to mischief. I, beyond all limit of what else in the world, do love, prize, honor you.
I am a fool to weep at what I am glad of.
Fair counter two most rare affections. Heaven, rain grace on that which breathes between us. Wherefore weep you?
At mine unworthiness, that dare not offer what I desire to give, and much less take what I shall die to want. But this is trifling, and all the more it seeks to hide itself, bigger bulk it shows. I'll be your wife if you will marry me. If not, I'll die your maid. To be your fellow, you may deny me. But I'll be your servant whether you will or no.
My mistress, dearest, and I thus humble ever.
My husband, then?
With a heart as willing as bondage e'er of freedom. Here's my hand.
And mine, with my heart in it. And now farewell till half an hour hence.
1,000,000.
Oh, so glad of this as they are. I cannot be. You are surprised withal, but my rejoicing at nothing can be more. All to my book, for in ere supper time must I perform much business ever cleaning.
Tell me not. When the butt is out, we will drink water, but not a drop before. Therefore, bear up and boredom. Drink, servant monster, to me.
Servant monster, the folly of this island. They say there are but 5 upon this island, and we are 3 of them. If the 2 be drained like us, the state totters.
Drink, servant monster. When I bid thee, thine eyes are almost set in thy head.
Where should they be set else? Be a brave monster indeed, if they were set in his tail.
My man monster hath drowned his tongue in sack.
How doth thy honor? Let me lick thy shoe. I'll not serve him. He is not valiant.
Thou liest, most ignorant monster! Wilt thou tell a monster sly, being half a fish and half a monster?
No! How he mocks me. Wilt thou let him, my lord?
That monster be such a natural. Lord, quoth he.
Blow, blow again. Bite him to death, I prithee.
Trinculo, keep a good tongue in thy head. If thou prove a mutineer, the next tree. The poor monster is my subject. He shall suffer no indignity.
I thank thee, my noble lord. Wilt thou be pleased to hearken once again to the suit I made?
Marry, will I, kneel and repeat it. I will stand, and so shall Trinculo.
As I told thee before, I am subject to a tyrant, a sorcerer, that by his cunning has cheated me of the island.
Thou liest.
Thou jesting monkey, thou! I would my valiant master would destroy thee. I do not lie.
Trinculo, you trouble the monster any further, by this hand I'll supplant some of your teeth.
Oh, wait, I said nothing.
None then, and no more. Proceed.
I say, by sorcery he got this isle. From me he got it. If thy greatness will revenge it on him, for I know thou darest, but this thing dare not.
That's most certain.
Aye, and thou will become lord of it, and I shall serve thee.
How shall this be compassed? Canst thou bring me to the party?
Yea, I'll yield him thee asleep, where thou mayest knock a nail into his head.
Thou liest. Thou canst not.
What a pied ninny's this,
What?
thou scurvy patch. I do beseech thy greatness, give him blows, and take his bottle from him.
Trinculo! Run into no further danger. Interrupt the monster any further in his tale, and by this hand I will turn my mercy out of doors and make a stockfish of thee. Now, forward with your tale. Prithee, stand farther off.
Beat him enough, and after a little time I'll beat him too.
Stand further. Come, proceed.
Why, as I told thee, 'tis the custom with him in the afternoon to sleep. There thou mayest brain him, having first seized his books, or with a log batter his skull, or punch him with a stick, or cut his reason with thy knife. Remember first to possess the books, for without them he is but a soft liar, nor hath not one spirit to command. They all do hate him as rootedly as I. Burn but his books. He hath brave utensils, for so he calls them, which, when he has a house, he'll deck withal. And, most deeply to consider, is the beauty of his daughter. He himself calls her a non-pareil. I've only seen one woman in my life, cigarettes, my dam. And she but far surpasses cigarettes, as great as does beast.
Is it so brave, alas?
Aye, my lord, and she will become my bed, I warrant, and bring me forth brave brute.
Oh, monster! I will kill this man. His daughter and I will be king and queen. Save our graces. And Trinculo and myself shall be viceroys. Dost thou like the plot, Trinculo? Excellent. Give me thy hand. I am sorry I beat thee. But while thou livest, thou keep a good tongue in thy head.
Oh, within the next half hour will he be asleep. Wilt thou destroy him then?
I, on my honor.
This I will tell my master.
This maketh me merry. I am full of pleasure. Will you troll the catch you taught me but while ere?
At thy request, monster, I will do reason. Any reason. Come on, Trinculo. Let us sing. Floutum and scoutum and scoutum and floutum, thought it free.
That is not the tune.
What? What is this saying?
Art thou of fear?
No, monster, not I.
Be not of fear. The isle is full of noises, sounds and sweet airs that give delight, not hurt. Sometimes 1,000 twangling instruments will hum about mine ears, and sometimes voices that if I had then had waked after long sleep, will make me sleep again. And then in dreaming, the clouds methought would open and show me riches ready to drop upon me. That when I waked, I cried to dream again.
This will prove a brave kingdom to me where I shall have my music for nothing.
When Prospero is destroyed.
That shall be by and by. I remember the story.
Oh, sound has gone away. Let's follow it. And after, do our work.
Lead, monster! We'll follow! I would I could see this taborer. He lays it on!
Well, come. I'll follow Stefano.
Sit down and rest. Even here I will put off my hopes and keep it no longer for my flatterer. He is drowned, whom he stray to find, and the sea mocks our frustrate on land. Well, let him go.
I am so glad that he's right out of hope. Do not for one repulse forgo the purpose that you resolved to fetch.
The next advantage we will take, truly.
Let it be tonight, for he is so oppressed by travail, he who cannot use such diligence as when they are fresh.
I say tonight, no more. What harmony is this? My good friends, hark! Give us kind keepers. Heavens! What were these? A living drollery. Now will I believe that there are unicorns, that in Arabia there's one tree, the phoenix throne. One phoenix at this hour reigning there.
I'll believe both. Come to me and I'll tell thee of it, for travelers ne'er did lie, but fools at home condemn 'em.
I cannot muse such shapes, such gestures, and such sounds. Expressing, although they want the use of tongue, a sort of excellent dumb discourse.
Praise in the party. They vanished strangely.
No matter, since they have left their viands behind, for we have stomachs. Will it please you to taste of what is here? Not I. I will stand to and feed, although it be my last. No matter, for I feel the best is past. Brother, my lord the Duke, stand to and do as we.
Bravely the figure of this harpy hast thou performed, my Ariel. A great task, devoured. And these, mine enemies, all knit up in their distractions, they now are in my power. And in these fits, I leave them, while I do visit young Ferdinand, whom they suppose is drowned, and his, and mine, beloved darling.
Whoa! It is monstrous! Monstrous! Methought the billows spoke and told me of it. The winds did sing it to me in the thunder. That deep and dreadful organ pipe pronounced the name of Prosper. It did base my trespass. Therefore my son in the ooze is bedded, and I will seek him deeper than e'er plummet sounded, and lie there with him, mudded.
But one fiend at a time, I'll fight their legions, or I'll be thy second. I have too austerely punished you, your compensation makes amends. For I have given you here, third, mine own life, or that for which I live, who, once again, I tender to thy hand. All thy vexations were but trial of thy love. Thou hast strangely stood the test. Here, for heaven, I ratify this, my rich gift. Oh, Ferdinand, do not smile at me that I boast her off, for you will find she will outstrip all praise and make it halt behind her.
I do believe it against an oracle.
Then, as my gift, from thine own acquisition, worthily purchased, take my daughter. But if thou dost break her virgin not, before all sanctimonious ceremonies may with full and holy rites be ministered, no sweet aspersion shall the heavens let fall and make this contract grow, but barren-eyed hate, sour disdain and discord shall bestrew the union of your bed with weeds so loathly that thou shalt hate it both. Therefore, take heed, as Hymen's lamps will light you. As I hope for quiet days, fair issue, and long life with such love as 'tis now, shall never melt mine honor into lust, to take away the edge of that day's celebration. Fairly spoken. Sit, then, and talk with her. She is thine own. What? Ariel, my industrious servant, Ariel.
What would thy potent master?
Here I am. Go, bring the rebel, or whom I give thee charge, here, to this place. Incite them to quick motion, for I must bestow upon the eyes of this young couple some vanity of my art. It is my promise. They expect it from me.
Present.
Aye, with a twink.
Before you could say come and go and breathe twice and cry so, each one tripping on his toe will come with a mop and mow. Do you love me, master? No?
Dearly, my delicate Ariel, do not approach until thou dost hear me call.
Well, I concede.
Now look, thou be true. Do not give dalliance too much the rein. The strongest oaths are straw to the fire and the blood. Be more abstemious, or else good night your vow.
I warrant you, sir. The white, cold, virgin snow upon my heart abates the ardor of my liver.
Well. Now, come, my Ariel. Bring a corollary other than want of spirit. Appear pertly. No tongue, all eyes. Be silent.
Ceres, most bounteous lady, queen of the sky, whose watery arch and messenger am I, bids thee leave these and with her sovereign grace, here on this grass plot, in this very place, to come and sport. Approach, rich Ceres, her to entertain.
All hail, many-colored messenger. For why hath Queen Summer summoned me hither on this short and grassed green?
Celebration of true love to celebrate, and some donation freely to estate on the blessed lovers.
Oh, highest queen of state! Great Juno comes, I know her by her gait.
How now, my bounteous sister? Go with me to bless this twain, that they may prosperous be, and honored in their issue. Honor, riches, marriage blessings, long continuance and increasing. Hourly joys bestow upon you. You now sink her blessings on you.
Earth's increase, poison plenty, barns and gardeners never empty, vines with clustering bunches growing, plants with goodly burden growing. Spring comes to you at the farthest, at the very end of harvest. Scarcity and one shall shun you. Series blessing so is on you.
Is a most majestic vision and harmonious charmingly. May I be bold to think these spirits?
Spirits, which, by mine art, I have from their confines called to enact my present fancies.
May I live here ever. So rare a wondered father and a wise makes this place paradise.
Come hither from the furrow and be merry, make holiday. Your rye straw hats put on, to encounter every nymph with country footing.
Diddy 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 dum dum diddy dum 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 diddy dum diddy 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 dum dum diddy dum 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 diddy dum. Oi 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 diddy dum 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 diddy dum. Oi 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 diddy dum 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 diddy dum. Diddy 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 dum dum diddy dum 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 diddy dum. Diddy 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 dum dum diddy dum dum diddy dum.
I had forgot the foul conspiracy of the beast Caliban and his confederates against my life. The very minute of their plot is almost come. Well done, avoid, no more.
This is strange. Your father's in some passion that works him strongly.
Never till this day saw I him touched with anger so distempered.
If you look, my son, remove it so, as if you were dismayed. Be cheerful, sir. Our revels now have ended, and these, our actors, as I foretold you, were all spirits, and are melted into air, into thin air, and like the baseless fabric of this vision, cloud-capped tower, gorgeous palace, solemn temple, the great globe itself. Yea, all which it inherits shall dissolve. And like this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a rack behind. We are such stuff that dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with a sleep. Sir, I am vexed. Bear with my weakness. Be not disturbed with my infirmity. If you be pleased, retire to my cell, and there repose. A turn or two I'll walk to still my beating mind.
We wish your peace.
Come with a thought. I thank thee, Ariel. Come.
Thy thoughts I cleave to. What's thy pleasure?
Spirit, we must prepare to meet with Caliban.
Aye, sir. When I presented Ceres, I thought to remind thee of it, but for fear lest I'd anger thee.
Say again, where didst thou leave these varmints?
As I told you, master, I left them red hot with drinking, so full of valor that they smote the air for breathing in their face, beat the ground for kissing of their feet, yet always bending towards their project. At last I left them in the filthy mantled pool beyond your cell. there, dancing up to their chins, the foul lake or stunk their feet.
This was well done, my bird. Thou shape invisible, retain thou still. The trumpeter in my house. Go, bring it hither, for stale to catch these thieves.
I go.
A devil. A born devil. On whose nurture can never stick. On whom my pains humanely take it. All lost. Quite lost. And as with age his body uglier grows, so his mind cankers. I will plague them all, even to roaring.
Pray you, tread softly, that the blind mole may not hear a footfall. We are now near his cell.
Monster, your fairy, which you say is a harmless fairy, has done little else but played the jack with us.
Monster, I smell all horse piss. That is making my nose in great indignation.
So is mine. Do you hear, monster? If I should take a displeasure against you, look you!
Oh, thou art but a lost monster.
Good my lord, give me your favor still. Be patient, for the prize I'll bring me to shall hoodwink this mischance. Therefore, speak softly. All's hushed as midnight.
But to lose our bottles in the pool!
My king, be. Seest thou here? This is the mouth of the cell. No noise, and enter. Do that good mischief which may make this isle thine own forever, and I thy Caliban, for I thy footlicker.
Give me thy hand. I do begin to have bloody thoughts.
Oh, King Stefano! Oh, Peer! Look what a wardrobe is here for thee! Oh,
Let it alone now, fool. It is but trash.
Oh, monster. I know what belongs in a frippery. Oh, King Stefano!
Trinculo, put off that gown. By this hand, I shall have that gown.
Thy grace, have it.
The dropsy drown this fool. What do you mean to dote on such luggage? Let it alone and do the murder first. If he awaked, from toe to crown, he'll fill our skins with pinches, make us strange stuff.
Be you quiet, monster. Monster, lay to your fingers. Help to bear this where my hogshead of wine is, or I will turn you out of my kingdom. Here, bear this, and this, and this.
Hey, mountain! Hey! Here goes Silver! Fury, let them be hunted soundly. At this hour lies at my mercy all mine enemies. Shortly shall my labors end, and thou shalt have the air and freedom. For a little, follow and do me service. Now does my project gather to a head. My charms crack not. My spirits obey, and time goes upright with his carriage. How's the day?
On the 6th hour, at which time, my master, you said our work should cease.
I did say so, and first I raised the Tempest. Say again, how fares the king and his followers?
Confined together, just as you gave in charge, just as you left them all prisoners. In the lion grove that weather fends yourself, they cannot budge till your release. Your charm so strongly works them that if you beheld them now, your affections would become tender.
Dost thou think so, Spirit?
Mine would, sir, were I human.
And mine shall. Dost thou, which art but air, touch, feel their affliction, shall not myself, one of their kind, that relish all as sharply passion as they, be kindlier moved than thou art? Though, with their high wrongs, I am struck to the quick. Yet, with my nobler reason, against my fury do I take part. The rarer action is in virtue than in vengeance. They being penitent, the sole drift of my purpose doth extend not a frown further. Go, release them, Ariel. My charms I'll break, their senses I'll restore, and they shall be themselves.
I'll go fetch them, my master.
Ye elves of hills, brooks, standing lakes, and groves, and ye that on the sands with cradleless foot do chase the ebbing Neptune and do fly him when he comes back. You demi-puppets, that by moonshine do the green sour ringlets make whereof the yew not bites, and you, whose pastime is to make moonshine mushrooms that rejoice to hear the solemn curfew, by whose aid, weak masters though ye be, I have bedimmed the noontide sun, set forth the mutinous winds, and twixt the green sea and the azur'd vault set roaring war. The dread rattling thunder have I given fire, and rifted Jove's stout oak with his own bolt. The strong based promontory have I made shake, and by the spurs have plucked the pine and cedar. Graves, at my command, have waked their sleep. Oh, and let 'em forth by my so potent art. But here, this rough magic I abjure. And when I have required some heavenly music, which even now I do, to work mine end upon, which this airy charm is for, I'll break my staff, bury it certain fathoms in the earth, and deeper than did ever plummet sound. I'll drown my book. A solemn air, and the best comforter to an unsettled fancy, cure thy brains, now useless, boiled within thy skull. There stand, for you are spell stopped. The charm dissolves apace, and as the morning steals unto the night, melting the darkness, so their rising senses begin to chase the ignorant fumes that mantle their clearer reason. Most cruelly didst thou, Alonso, use me and my daughter. Flesh and blood. You, brother mine, who entertained ambition, expelled remorse and nature, who, with Sebastian, whose inward pinches therefore are most strong, would here have killed your king. I do forgive thee, unnatural though thou art. Their understanding begins to swell, and the approaching tide will shortly fill the unreasonable shore that now lies foul and muddy. Not one of them that yet looks on me or would know me. Quickly, Spirit, thou shalt ere long be free. That's my dainty Ariel. I shall miss thee. But thou shalt have freedom. So. Behold, Sir King, the wronged Duke of Millen, Prospero. For more assurance that a living prince does now speak to thee, I'll embrace thy body. And to thee and thy company, I bid a hearty welcome.
Whether thou beest he or no, or some enchanted trifle sent to abuse me, I not know. Thy pulse beats of flesh and blood. Since I saw thee, the afflictions of my mind amends, with which I fear a madness held me. This must crave, and if this be at all a most strange story, thy dukedom I resign, and do entreat. Thou pardon me my wrongs.
For you, most wicked sir, whom to call brother would even infect my mouth, I do forgive thy rankest fault, all of them, and require my dukedom of thee, which perforce I know thou must restore.
If thou beest Prospero, give us particulars of thy preservation. How thou hast met us here, whom 3 hours since were wrecked upon the shore, where I have lost. Oh, how sharp the point of this remembrance is! My dear son, Ferdinand.
I am woe for it, sir, for I have lost my daughter.
When did you lose your daughter?
In this last Tempest. But howsoe'er you have been jostled from your senses, know that I am Prospero, and that very Duke which was thrust forth of Millen, who, most strangely upon this shore where you were wrecked, was landed to be the lord on it. No more yet of this. Welcome, sir. This cell is my court, and here have I few attendants and subjects, none abroad. Pray you, look in. As you have given me my dukedom again, I shall requite you with as good a thing. At least bring forth the wonder to content ye as much as me my dukedom.
Sweet lord, lay me false.
No, my dearest love, I would not for the world.
Yes, for a score of kingdoms you should wrangle, and I will call it fair play.
If this prove to be a vision of the island, one son shall I twice lose. Though the seas threaten, they are merciful. I have cursed them without cause. Now all the blessings of a glad father compass thee about. Arise and tell me how thou camest here.
Oh, wonder! How many goodly creatures are there here? How beauteous mankind is. Oh, brave new world that has such people in it.
'Tis new to thee.
What is this maid with whom thou wast at play? Your eldest acquaintance cannot be 3 hours. Is she the goddess that has severed us and brought us thus together?
Sir, she is mortal, but by immortal providence she's mine. I chose her when I could not ask my father for his advice, nor thought I had one. She is daughter to this famous Duke of Millen, of whom so often I have heard renown, but never saw before, of whom I have received a second life, and a second father this lady makes him to me.
I am hers. But How oddly it will sound that I must ask my child forgiveness.
There, sir, stop. Let us not burden our remembrances with the heaviness. It's gone.
I say amen. Give me your hands. Let grief and sorrow still embrace his heart that doth not wish you joy. Be it so.
Amen. Bravely, my diligence, thou shalt be free.
This is a strange maze as e'er a man trod. And there is in this business more than nature was ever conduct. Some oracle must rectify our knowledge.
Sir, my liege, do not infest your mind with beating on the strangeness of this business. Come, hither, spirit. Set Caliban and his companions free. Untie the spell. How fares my gracious sir? There are missing yet some of your company. Few odd lads that you remember not.
Let us not rest, and let no man care for himself, for all is but fortune. Coraggio, bully monster, coraggio.
The true spy set in my head. I see a goodly sight.
Oh, Setibus, these be brave spirits indeed. How fine my master is. I'm afraid he will chastise me.
Mark, but the badges of these men, my lords, then say if they be true. This misshapen knave, his mother, was a witch, and one so strong that could control the moon, make flows and ebbs, and deal in her command without her power. These three have robbed me, and this demi-devil, for he's a bastard one, had plotted with them to take my life. Two of these fellows you must know and own. This thing of darkness, I do acknowledge mine.
I shall be pinched to death.
Is this not Stefano, my drunken butler? And Trinculo, his reeling ripe. Where did they find this gladly liquor that hath gilded him? How camest thou in this pickle?
You be king of the island, Sirrah?
I should have bet a sore one then.
Ugh, this is a strange thing as e'er I looked on.
He is as disproportioned in his manners as in his shape. Go, Sirrah, to myself, take with you your companions. As you look to have my pardon, trim it handsomely.
Aye, that I will. And I'll be wise hereafter, and seek for thy grace. What a thrice double ass was I to take this drunkard for a god, and worship this dull fool.
Go to. Away.
Hence, and bestow your luggage where you found it.
Or stole it, rather. Sir, I invite your highness, your train, to my poor cell, where you shall take your rest for this one night, and in the morn I'll bring you to your ship, and so to Naples, where I have hoped to see these, our dear beloved Solemni, and thence retire me to my millen, where every third thought shall be my grave.
I long to hear the story of your life, which must take the ear strangely.
I'll deliver all, and promise calm seas, auspicious gales, and sails so expeditious that you shall catch your royal fleet far off. Oh, my Ariel, cheek, that is thy charge. Then, to the elements. Be free, and fare thou well. Pray, run in. Now, my charms are all o'erthrown, and what strength I have is mine own, which is most faint. Now, 'tis true, I must be here confined by you, or sent to Naples. Let me not, since I have my dukedom got, and pardon the deceiver, dwell in this bare island by your spell. Now release me from my bands with the help of your good hands. Gentle breath of yours my sails must fill, or else my expedition fails. 'Twas to please. Now, I want spirits to enforce, art to enchant, which pierces so that it assaults mercy itself and frees all faults. If you from crimes would pardon be, let your indulgence set me free.